I'm really excited about our next comedian as well. He's a really great guy. I asked him what he wanted me to say about him, and then he said whatever the fuck I want, which is a dangerous thing to tell your MC. So he gets me starting his bit with "I'm aroused," which I think tells you more about him than me. So, if you guys are ready for your next comedian, I want you guys to go ahead and give a very warm welcome for Arjan!
Okay, brown guy and then another brown guy, you play the immigrant song. Subliminal messaging. Like a sledgehammer to the face, all of a sudden. Yeah. So, they say of the pharaohs of Egypt, it's going to be one of those stories. So, one of the first pharaohs, he came up with the idea of entombing himself after he passed on, right? So, he initiated a contest from all of his empire to come up with a winning design for his tomb. And they came from all over the empire, the brightest minds. They came from Mesopotamia, from Babylon they came from Anatolia and Phoenicia and Thrace, even Thrace. You have to say it with an emphasis. But the pharaoh was pleased with none of their designs. But then one day, a man from the Levant turned up, a mystic, a mendicant, from the Levant, what is now Syria, home of doctors turned refugees turned barbers. I didn't bomb Aleppo and Homs and cause this situation. I'm just saying it. I was calling it out. But anyway, so this mystic from the Levant turned up and he said, Your Highness, I have the winning design for your tomb. I shall draw it on the sands of Egypt for you to examine. And he drew a shape, and the pharaoh said, What is this shit? It looks like a house with its roof flown off and the walls have converged on a point. But my lord, you haven't heard my best plan yet. Inside this you will lie in eternal repose, and all your servants and attendants and concubines shall be entombed with you for eternity. At which point the servants and attendants and concubines said, What the fuck, dude? We don't want to be there. And they prayed for a long and healthy life for the pharaoh, desperate to stay alive. But the pharaoh was impressed. He said, This is it. This thing with 4 sides. My lord, 5 sides if you count the base. Fine, 5 sides if you count the base. No geometry fans? Okay. This 5-sided design, this is it. I am impressed, mystic from the Levant. Name your reward. And the mystic from the Levant said, I want 2 things, my lord. The first, this shape shall be named after me. Well, what is your name? My name, sir, is Pir Hamid. It was stupid when I thought of it, but I decided to say it anyway. It was too stupid to not announce to public. So the pharaoh said, Be it so. This shape henceforth shall be named after you, Pir Hamid. What is your second? Thank you. 5 sides if you're calculating the area and the volume later on. Car ride home. What is your second demand? Well, my lord, the second one is I wish to see the queen bathe while I hug my reward of 1,000 gold coins. The pharaoh's face was transformed with fury, but he said nothing. He couldn't go back on his word. What good would he be as a pharaoh if he started reneging on his promise? It would set a bad precedent. So he said, Very well, Pyramid. Tomorrow morning, after sunrise, make your way down to the river of Egypt and you shall have what you want. The next morning at the appointed hours, the Levantine mystic whose name was? Thank you. Yes. Now we all know, yes. The mystic turned up at the river of Egypt and the pharaoh turned up as well with his 1,000 gold coins. He didn't carry it himself. Of course, he had servants for the shit. So the 1,000 gold coins, the pharaoh and the mystic were there, and then the queen came from the palace, the greatest beauty in all the land. She made her way down to the river, looked at the pharaoh, nodded, disrobed, went into the river, bathed, went out, put the clothes back on again, nodded at the pharaoh and left. And now it was the pharaoh's turn to nod because he was feeling left out. So he looked at his servants and nodded. The servants pounced on Pir Hamid, bound the 1,000 gold coins to him, bound his hands and legs and threw him into the river. As he slowly started drowning, Pir Hamid realized he had overstepped his wrong, but he still didn't feel that he'd done something wrong. So he protested, My lord, you're being vindictive. I only asked for my just reward. But the pharaoh said, No, Pir Hamid. What you asked for was beyond your station. You shouldn't have done it. You were wrong. But my lord, I was right. You were wrong. I was right. You were wrong. This went on for a while, but Pir Hamid accepted his fate. He knew the pharaoh would argue till he was dead. But as he slowly went down, the pharaoh walked into the river of Egypt, put his face close to Pir Hamid, then nose to nose, and said, "Very well, we shall leave it to history to judge whether you were right or wrong. But I maintain, fine, you were not wrong, but you're just in denial." Thank you. That was a long walk for a short drink of water, but I still think it was worth it. It's spring. You have an extra hour of daylight, you just think of things. But anyway, yes, I'm like you played the immigrant song. I'm an immigrant. Yeah. But don't worry, I'm not going to make any jokes about India. No overpopulation jokes or exaggerated accents. Such a wonderful music. No outsourcing jokes. Because you know what jobs no one is sending to India? Blow jobs. we would take those. we want them. We're starved for them. Anyway, so none of that stuff. I'm not going to follow the herd like sheep. Sheep, or as my Pakistani friends refer to them, women. They're not here, it's fine. But anyway, speaking of tombs, death. I've been thinking about death a lot ever since my son was born. Not because of him, but he's amazing. He's so good that I think other parents should just kill their kids. Out of embarrassment. No, he's really nice. But once you have a child, you're kind of working with a purpose and with a deadline. You have a focus in life, but you have much less time to accomplish all the things you wanted to. And I want to set him up for success. I want to save a certain amount of money for him, so should the unexpected happen, he's settled. Fine. Technically, he has a mother. We're separate. But if I go quickly, chances are that he'll quickly become an orphan. I'm not throwing shade at the woman. It's just a matter of fact. She's not here. It's fine. So I want to do all of this. I wish I could live a long life. Gandhi said, if I could live to be 125, I would jump like a child with joy. He said some other things. This is not a banger, to be honest. But he did say it. The other thing he said was nice. What about Western civilization? I think it would be a good idea. Sassy Gandhi, right? Snarky Gandhi. That's nice. He also said the other thing which I like. I welcome the wind from all the world to blow around in my house. I refuse to be swept off my feet by any. Mingle with everyone, stay who you are, which is nice. But the 125 thing, a bit shit. But I identify with it. So I would want to live to be 125 as well. And so in that case, I would want to choose the manner of my departure, right? Which is nice, if you could choose how you went. And I've thought about how I'd like to go. Has anyone given a thought to that? Yeah. Have you thought about how you'd like to go? No? No. You have? Okay. How would you like to go?
A plane into a dam, so I take everyone out below me.
A plane into a dam?
So everyone else goes below me, yeah.
Why a dam?
So the water rushes and kills a bunch of people with me.
Okay. And it's like Captain Planet. There's fire, there's water, there's earth.
It's great, yeah.
You're like a horrible Captain Planet. With our powers combined, you're dead. Fuck you. Okay. Anyone less violent? Like a gentle... No? Okay, everyone wants violent death. Kind of masochistic fetish.
Be buried in a pyramid.
You want to be buried in a pyramid. Peaceful, surrounded by the people you love and things like that. Okay? Okay. So like Netflix and chill. Netflix and ill. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I've given some thought to this. There are 3 ways I'd like to go. The first, if I had to pick a terminal illness to die from, I wouldn't pick anything serious like cancer or ALS or any of those things. Those, fine. You can adopt an air of tragic dignity with those things. You could do these things ennobly, but I'm not a very inspiring person. I wouldn't be an inspiring terminally ill person, right? I would be very bitter. I would start keying cars everywhere, kicking kittens, pushing down babies who were trying to walk. Fuck you, it doesn't matter. So, no. I would pick something gentle like Parkinson's. There's also a family tradition. My grandfather passed away due to Parkinson's, so it's like a family tradition. So I would do that. I would pick like a full-blown version, just some minor delusions and some fun trembling. I would pick that. Because Parkinson's can let you get away, you can get out of stuff if you have Parkinson's. Let's say a friend asks you to move. Can you pick up that heavy box? Oh, okay, let me. Yeah, fine. No fans of traveling? Okay. You could get away with stuff. Louis C.K. could have gotten away with it if he said he had Parkinson's. Are you jerking off? No, I came to pee and the disease took over. Gives you an excuse. You could have done that. Thank you. Fun of non-consensual masturbation. So I would pick something like that. The second way I think I'd want to go is right after I have an orgasm. At the age of 125, yes. A man can dream. Because yeah, it's nice to have a climax before your climax. It's fun. Yeah. So it's fun because if you think about it, having an orgasm is kind of similar to death, right? You're shorn of all the attributes. You have no name, you have no form, no shape. You're beyond the trappings of dimensional existence. You're shorn of consciousness. There's just a moment of pure experience. It happens, you happen. Now, what the hell kind of sex am I having lately? It's pretty good. Thank you. But you see, the French call it le petit mort, right? The little death. So you can see that point. You transcend consciousness, so it's like that. Plus, it gives you a family and friends a hell of a job explaining what happened. How did he go? Well, he was fucking me, then he got fucked. He came and then he went. That's okay. The last way I'd like to go is in my attempts to reform the Dutch language. Yeah, I went there. In fact, I'm going there. So there are three urgent reforms as far as I see. The first one, the articles. You don't need so many. The, het, no, the confusion. No, just the is enough. It's a definitive article. Why do you need two? One, that's fine. The is enough. The second one, I get rid of separable verbs. It's ridiculous. Ik neem het aan. No, ik aanneem. It's good. Ik nodig jullie uit. No, ik uitnodig jullie. Ik aanneem dat de kind een klootzak is. Ik uitnodig jullie aan de begrafenis van afscheidbaar werkwoorden. Anyway, the last one is thanks to our other brown friends, the Arabs, the Syrians, the Moroccans, the has entered the Dutch language, right? Especially if you live in Rotterdam. Rotterdam, man. Ik rijd er regelmatig met de trein, man. You heard this. It's unofficial now, but I'd make it official. I'd make it a part of that, especially for names. Right? Bert Hendricks is a name. Bert Hendricks is a diagnosis. You have Bert Hendricks. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I would die on this hill. They may very well nail me up for these efforts on a linguistic Golgotha. Golgotha. But it's a hill I'm willing to die on. That's my time. So thank you guys very much for being great.